Good evening and welcome to the CCM Fans Report. I'm Arthur Fischel.
And I'm Martha Fischel. Welcome to your weekly dose of AI slop.
Stop it, Martha. Oh, go on, say it then.
Slop it, Arthur.
Right. Tonight on the show, the men secure a gritty point against Adelaide, we uncover a catastrophic stadium cider shortage, and our European correspondent compares a diving forward to a brutal Moldovan winter.
A packed agenda, dear.
Turning to the men's fixture against Adelaide United, a clash of the two form teams of the competition, a vital top-six battle on a Saturday afternoon. And yet, the stands were sparsely populated and the atmosphere resembled a quiet Tuesday at the library.
It's hard to build a fierce rivalry with a team from a pissant town who rock up to Gosford wearing yellow-streaked shirts, Arthur. The crowd was tiny, and honestly, Adelaide is just beige.
The APL, in their infinite wisdom, scheduled a 3:00 kickoff to explicitly avoid a clash with the Matildas quarter-final. A masterstroke of logistical planning and foresight from head office.
It would have been a masterstroke, dear, if the Matildas hadn't actually played on Friday night. But we must applaud the league for protecting us from a time-travelling scheduling conflict. The weather was actually quite pleasant, so they can't even blame the heat.
Quite. So, with the tactical narrative set and a crucial 3 points on the line, I assume the forum was ablaze with deep analysis of Ayrton Andrioli's 4-5-1 mid-block.
Not exactly, dear. The main breaking news on the forum was a desperate husband trying to find out if the stadium sold cider. His wife refused to attend otherwise.
A high-stakes logistical query. I presume this was a mission-critical factor for the household's ongoing sporting attendance.
Absolutely. If she did not get a cider, his entire future of going to football matches was in severe peril. And to make matters worse, half the bars in the stadium were closed.
A catastrophic supply chain failure. The suspense must have been suffocating.
It was touch and go. The forum regulars were on standby, waiting for updates. Thankfully, word finally filtered through that a cold Sydney cider had been located and safely delivered.
Visual confirmation of the asset, a profound victory for the institution of marriage. On the pitch, Adelaide registered 24 shots to our 6. Andrew Redmayne was forced into 8 saves, single-handedly preventing a comprehensive massacre and rightfully earning man of the match.
He was immense. Meanwhile, Kaito Taniguchi spotted their keeper miles off his line and had an absolute crack from just over halfway. It was a brilliant idea, but it went so wide. Honestly, Arthur, if they just installed a giant big screen inside the net, he'd hit it every single time.
It lacked precision, as did Adelaide's relationship with gravity. The visitors spent a significant portion of the match hurling themselves to the turf with alarming regularity.
Honestly, it was like watching a toddler in the supermarket who's just been told they can't have a Mars bar, just thrashing around in aisle 4 while the poor mother pretends she doesn't know them. The Adelaide diving squad is well and truly alive.
A deeply unimpressive display of theatrics, though I understand it was not the only daylight robbery witnessed on the day.
It certainly wasn't. I went to get a bucket of hot chips at half-time, Arthur, and the poor girl behind the counter looked me dead in the eye and asked for 60 cents for a single packet of tomato sauce. 60 cents!
A punitive tariff on a fundamental staple. I presume they are adjusting for global inflation.
It was a standard Master Foods squeeze packet, Arthur, not liquid gold. Sauce on chips is a basic human right in this country. It should be completely free. Forget the XG. That is an absolute extortion racket.
A devastating blow to the working fan. Despite the onslaught, Sabit Noor opened the scoring in the 59th minute. A goal facilitated entirely by Joshua Smits, who came out, hesitated, and effectively laid down a picnic blanket while Noor walked it into the net.
Smits literally just had a lie down, Arthur. Noor walked it right around him, and honestly, the poor lad looked too embarrassed to even tap it in. It almost felt rude to score.
The broadcast did provide some off-field intrigue. The big screen featured club legends Matt Simon and John Hutchinson in deep conversation. Hutchinson, of course, has spent the last few years managing in Japan.
And he has clearly been embracing the culture. Japan has some of the finest food in the world, and Hutch looks incredibly healthy, very robust. You can tell he has really enjoyed the tonkotsu ramen. Good on him.
A well-nourished footballing mind. Unfortunately, the defensive resolve did not hold until the final whistle. Ethan Alagich found the equaliser in the 88th minute.
88th minute. It's the hope that kills you, dear. I was already checking my watch and counting the points when they went and spoiled the party.
A frustrating conclusion, resulting in a 1-1 draw that nevertheless extends our unbeaten run to 8 matches.
It was a gritty point in the end. Although I'm amazed we survived the full 90 minutes, given Storm Roux spent most of the second half visibly trying to reattach his own groin. We'll happily take the draw and limp away.
To provide a more sophisticated analysis of the weekend's tactical structures, we are joined now via a somewhat unstable satellite link from Moldova by our European football correspondent, Viktor Grassfeld. Viktor, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Arthur. The sky in Moldova is the color of a wet sidewalk. It is a good day for work.
A focused environment. Viktor, we've been discussing the frequent horizontal transitions made by the Adelaide squad. From your perspective, what is the tactical origin of this lack of vertical stability?
It is a lack of iron, Arthur. Not in the blood, but in the character. I watched these boys from Adelaide. They touch the grass and they weep. They clutch their legs like they have been bitten by the winter frost. In my village, if a man behaves this way during the harvest, he is given no soup. He is sent to sleep with the goats.
They were definitely putting it on a bit, Viktor. Especially that one right at the end of extra time.
Martha, in Moldova, my cousin Grigori was once kicked in the chest by a stolen horse. It was a very large horse. Did he fall to the floor? Did he demand a free kick from the mayor? No. He stood up, he spat out a tooth, and he finished harvesting the beets before the moon rose.
Indeed, and when the timeline reaches that critical 88th minute junction, Viktor, how do you quantify the risk to defensive structures during a loss of concentration?
The sun does not set until it is gone, Arthur. In the village, if my cousin Grigori leaves the field while there is still one sliver of light on the horizon, the crows come. They eat the grain. They laugh at him. Grigori does not stop until the darkness is total. These boys in Gosford, they see the clock and they think of the hot shower. The crows are coming, Arthur. They always come.
Well, they're certainly coming for our wallets, Viktor. Did you hear they're charging 60 cents for a squeeze of sauce at the stadium?
Martha, please, we are in the middle of a tactical breakdown.
60 cents for the red vinegar? This is the work of the tax collector, Martha. In Chisinau, the mayor once put a tariff on the salt. My grandfather had to season his porridge with his own tears for 3 years. It is a sign of a crumbling empire when the state demands silver for the condiments.
Would you like a cup of tea, Viktor? You look like you've been working hard.
I will take an Earl Grey, Martha. Let it steep until it is bitter, like life.
Right, thank you, Viktor. Illuminating technical data as always. Moving on. Operating on manual mathematics, we turn to the mooned report. The men have mooned 7 teams, while accumulating 6 half-moons and 7 lunar eclipses.
An 8-game unbeaten run, Arthur. We are quietly marching our way into the finals.
To see exactly how that affects the rest of the table, I attempted to consult the A-League's website on Sunday morning, a multi-million-dollar digital platform that, as a frustrated forum regular pointed out, was entirely incapable of displaying an updated league ladder.
Well, we can tell them for free, dear. The men are still in position 6, and even though the girls had the weekend off, other results mean they're still sitting in 7th. We're doing just fine without their fancy spreadsheets.
Looking ahead to next Saturday, March 21st, the men travel to the Melbourne Rectangular Stadium to face Melbourne Victory. Kickoff is scheduled for precisely 5:10 p.m.
5:10? That's an awfully specific way to say 5 o'clock, Arthur. Did they run out of zeros at head office?
Actually, I received a formal electronic communication regarding the adjustment. It appears the 10-minute delay is mission critical to the broadcast window.
Oh, thank heavens you checked your emails, dear. You might have started the broadcast 10 minutes early and seen nothing but a lawnmower. It's absolutely ridiculous, although not as ridiculous as the women's fixture.
Ah, yes. The women return to action on the same day, travelling away to face Perth at 5 o'clock.
Honestly, Arthur, it's a masterclass in sabotage. They've sent the girls all the way to Western Australia just to kick off 10 minutes before the men start in Melbourne. It's like the APL is actively trying to make sure nobody watches both games. Who is running the show down there? A pack of confused pigeons?
I suspect pigeons would have a more intuitive grasp of nesting schedules. Regardless, it is a bumper Saturday of football, provided you have 2 sets of eyes and a very strong internet connection.
I'll stick to the radio and a stiff drink.
Right. Until next time, this has been the CCM Fans Report.